Welcome to Pocket Coaching with Dr. Kate. Maybe this story sounds a little familiar to you. I grew up in a tumultuous environment where danger lurked around every corner and trust was a luxury I couldn't afford. I became hypervigilant, always expecting the worst and preparing myself for any eventuality. A voice still whispers in my ear, feeding my fears and amplifying my anxiety. It tells me that I am never safe, that danger could strike at any moment, and that I have to constantly be on alert to protect myself. And so I've developed a series of rituals and routines to help me feel in control, to reassure myself that I was prepared for whatever might come my way. I check and double check locks, stockpile supplies, and avoid unfamiliar places and people like the plague. But no matter how many precautions I take, I still can't shake the feeling of impending doom that hangs over me like a dark cloud. I live in a constant state of fear, my mind racing with worst-case scenarios and catastrophic possibilities. I struggle to form meaningful connections with others, always keeping them at arm's length for fear of betrayal or rejection. I push myself to the brink of exhaustion, unable to relax or let my guard down even for a moment. But deep down, I long for the relief from the relentless anxiety that consumes me. I yearn to feel safe, to trust in the goodness of the world and the people around me. I know that this hyper-vigilant saboteur voice is holding me back, trapping me in a cycle of fear and isolation. That is the voice of the hyper-vigilant saboteur, and it can lead someone to a life dominated by fear and anxiety. And overcoming this voice involves confronting those fears and learning to trust in our own ability to cope with uncertainty. So here are a few tips to help quiet that hypervigilance voice. First, challenge that catastrophic thinking. Whenever you get into a state when you are thinking in a black or white way, you want to engage with that thinking. Notice when you're engaging in catastrophic thinking patterns. When are you thinking of those worst case scenarios? Challenge those thoughts by asking yourself for evidence to support or refute them. I love putting thoughts like this on trial, if you will, and then you have to provide the evidence to whether it's a real thing, it can happen, or whether or not it's a fear-based thought. Second, focus on what you can control. Redirect your focus towards things that you can control, rather than fixating on potential threats or uncertainties. So taking those proactive steps to address any concerns within your control. What are things that you can manage, things that you can take care of? And then practice that acceptance for the things that are beyond your control. Third, set boundaries with information. So limit your exposure to news, social media, other sources of information that contribute to your anxiety or hypervigilance. Set specific times to check for updates so you can be mindful of the impact of excessive information and consumption on your mental well-being. And finally, practice self-compassion. Be kind and compassionate towards yourself, especially when you're feeling anxious or hypervigilant. Treat yourself with the same level of care and understanding that you would offer to a friend in a similar situation. Now, by incorporating these tips into your mindset and daily practices, you can work toward quieting the hypervigilance voice and fostering a greater sense of calm and resilience in the face of uncertainty and anxiety. Remember that managing anxiety is a process, and to be patient with yourself as you navigate your journey towards greater well-being. I look forward to seeing you all on Thursday when we have our recovery moment for quieting the hypervigilance voice.